back to square C6, Fire Mountain. As you can see, the volcano is still erupting, but we're going to take care of that right now. So let's go into our inventory, pick the bow, let's go to the ice arrows, and fling one in there, and it freezes over. I don't think that's actual science. I think I'm going to classify that under the Nintendo Logic folder. So, yeah, I know there's the treasure that I can get for this square right now, but I'm going to do that on my way out, because as you can see, we're on a timer. We have 5 minutes to get in and get what we need to get in there. Just gonna get rid of that. Thank you very much. So, yeah, 5 minutes. You might be scared, depending. You might not know just how long it's actually going to take in there. But let me tell you, 5 minutes is actually a very lenient time limit. So I probably could have gone for the treasure, but you know, a cataclysm could happen, and I could fail completely, and I would need the extra time. But whatever. Let's just do this. I don't know what the point of doing this here is. In the Forsaken Fortress, it was relevant since you were threatened by cannons if you didn't take out the searchlights. But here, it accomplishes precisely dick. So, let's get to the top of this mountain, then go in the hole where the lava came out of. And suddenly, it only took 1 minute 4 seconds to have a pretty hefty population of keys. Oh, come on! That's bullshit! I mean, at least have it float on the lava or something. Don't drop it in there so I can't recover it. So yeah, it only took 1 minute 4 seconds for a population of keys to develop in there, as well as a couple magtails. Yeah, once again, Nintendo Logic. Okay, so now that we have the Master Sword, it's going to take slightly less long to burst these helpless things into smithereens. So once you defeat both of them, treasure chest should appear, and inside is our prize. By the way, this is mandatory. You are forced to come here. And inside the chest, we have Power Bracelets Bagfuck! Yeah, this is sort of the equivalent of the Silver Gauntlets in Ocarina of Time. This allows you to lift heavy things such as this! Alright, so by the way, you probably noticed that the timer is now gone. That's because, well, I picked up the chest, and the game designers felt merciful enough to take the timer away once you got the Power Bracelets. I mean, wasn't that easy enough? But I guess I shouldn't complain, because when I get to Super Mario Star Road, then stuff being too easy will be the least of my worries. I can assure you that. So, as I said I would, I'm just going to take care of the treasure that's right over there. Now, since the Pillar of Light is already gone, I'm going to have to look over each chart individually, and I'm starting to have quite a hefty collection of them. Treasure chart 37, so let's head over there. Do it with good old-fashioned elbow grease. Pretty close. Here we go. I'm going to stop here. It's better to stop sooner than later, because I've noticed that if you stop, it's pretty hard to stop too early when you hear the sound, but it's definitely possible to start too late. I don't know why that is, considering, well, you know, the angles and stuff. But we got a silver rupee for our troubles. Now on square F5, Ice Ring Isle. You might notice that this is sort of the counterpart to Fire Mountain. So, as you might have guessed, what you're supposed to do is take your fire arrows and fling one right in there. Okay. Let me just readjust that. Here we go. I missed, and it still somehow hit. As you can see, the arrow is still flying past that head thingy. So, this island, very annoying. Not because it's an ice island, well, partly because it's an ice island, but because of that, when you try to get Link to slow down or go in another direction, this happens. Shut up! And it happens constantly. Oh my god. Anyway, in this treasure chest, if I'm not mistaken, there is a treasure chart, which is treasure chart 36, I believe. I'm not entirely certain on that, but I checked the checklist before I started this video, and as far as I remember, it's treasure chart 36. So, it's a bit more of a hassle to get into the cave proper this time. Not only, okay, I have to head over there. I was sort of wondering why Link couldn't just jump up there and hang on, but apparently that was a pixel too high for him, or something. So, sometimes you're gonna start sliding and you're not gonna have much, if any, control over where you go. So, oh my god. Need I say more? I hate this place. Ice! Oh, enough of that. But enough of that. Let's get into this cave as soon as Link decides to shut up. I wonder how this was green-lighted. Didn't the game designer playtest this and say, you know, that screams annoying as shit, let's take that out? No, of course not. Because that would imply that the game designers know what they're doing. So, we're finally in this cave. It's a bit more tricky than the one in the Fire Mountain, especially since, well, technically, you should only be coming here and... What?! It was behind me! How did I fall back? How does that happen? I know it was sort of common back in the 8-bit era, but this game was released in 2003! Is there... There's no ladder anywhere? Oh, yeah, I get it. It's one of these. So, guess I'm gonna have to be at the perfect angle, considering I'm just gonna smack into a wall. So, let's just go straight onto that one. Yeah, I was sort of wondering, how did I get up? Let that be a lesson to you. If you're not sure how to get up something, look up and you're probably gonna find one of these things. But seriously, as I was saying, that keys, as far as I could tell, was behind me. So as soon as I got on that ledge, I told to myself, you know, I'm safe, it's behind me. If it hits me, it's just going to propel me forward, not backwards into the pit. Now, there's another slide that you have to be sort of careful of, because if you go too far, whoa! As I almost did, if you go too far to the outside, you're just going to end up back in the water. Anyway, this cave is pretty much complete, except for an extra area that I'm going to show you. But for now, we got the iron boots. But yeah, as I was about to say, normally we should only be coming here after the Earth Temple. But since we can do it right now and get the iron boots out of the way already, hey, why not? So, there's a little extra area that you can go into if you just use the iron boots to resist the wind and go down this hole. So, inside that place, if I recall, there are many enemies that are frozen in blocks of ice. Yep, that's the place. There's bokoblins, moblins, dark nuts, you name it, they've got it inside ice blocks. So, lots of ice and snow in that place. Sort of depressing, because that's what things will look like here in Canada pretty soon. Part of why I hate November so much. But hey, November is great for other things, especially if you're a slacktivist. At what other time of the year is it okay to look at like a pedophile while pretending to support the fight against cancer without actually doing jack all for the fight against cancer? You having that ridiculous mustache on your face ain't gonna pay for someone's treatments. It ain't gonna help the research to find a cure or something. And wow, I really let myself go there. And it's not because of the dark nut, because trust me when I say a single dark nut is a lot easier to fight when you have the Master Sword compared to what we experienced back in the Tower of the Gods. And even there, it was really easy. So, is that it? Nope, we still got some more stuff to fight. So over there we got the... Oh, I should have looked before I fired an arrow. 3 rupees! So I wasted a fire arrow for 3 rupees. Just wonderful. And over here we have another pot. And in there we have another moblin. So I'm just gonna take it down real quick. And yes, I feel forced to... Oh wow, it's actually blocking my grappling. I was about to say grappling beam. This is Metroid, this is Zelda. But yeah, I sort of feel forced to grab that skull necklace, even though I have already done the skull necklace side quest in this game, so really is completely useless. But hey, free loot! How can I resist? And since there's only one item on my checklist for this place, that being the treasure chart I found outside, this must be some money. Yep! Orange rupee! So, now we can get out of here, and when you get into that pillar of light, you go outside instead of just, in that first cave area. Square E3 Stonewatcher Island! Right here we've got treasure pillar, so we're going to salvage that treasure, and since it's not on my checklist, I'm only going to assume that it's a silver rupee. So, yeah, by the way, I know that my wallet's going to be full pretty soon, so I'm going to have to find a way to spend all that money. But, oh wow! This isn't a silver rupee, this is a Triforce shard. This is actually really, really awesome. I didn't expect to find the treasure shard. Sorry. Still mixing those two terms. As long as I don't repeat the whole treasure shard blunder, I should be okay, though. Anyway, now that we have the power bracelets, we can lift that thing up, go down there, and once again, reminding you, this is mandatory, as was getting the iron boots back on Ice Ring Isle. Now, this is another one of those battle dungeons, though this is a bit more straightforward than the one back on Dragon Roost Island. Remember when you were constantly teleporting back into the same room and it was a bit confusing? Well, here there's none of that. It's just, no topsy-turvy physics. It's just one central room along with a bunch of other rooms that connect to it. So, and of course, the fights are going to be a little bit tougher than on Dragon Roost Island, but not too tough. So as I was saying, yeah, this is mandatory, unlike that same dungeon in Dragon Roost Island where the reward was just some money. So, 3 more battles left. We got a bunch of Bokoblins here. That's 5 in all, I think. So I'm just going to take one of these joy pendants, and I'm just going to kill all those bastards because I'm just going to get molested if I try to go for all the joy pendants. Well, I could afford to go for that one since it was the only last one left, but hey, 2 out of 5 ain't too bad. Oh, 3 out of 5 ain't bad, especially since they're, just worthless joy pendants. 4 out of 5! I wasn't even going for all of them, and I only missed out on one. This is actually funny in a weird sort of way. So, what's in room number 3? Nothing. That means whiz robes, probably. Holy crap, that's a lot of whiz robes. I expected like 2 or something, but 4? Seriously? Okay, it's okay. I took a hit, but I took 2 of them down really quickly. And, oh wow, there were only 3 for some reason. I thought there were 4, but nonetheless, I think we're gonna end things off here for today. Next time we're gonna complete this battle dungeon and get whatever prize it is that lies at the end. And we're also gonna head back to the private oasis since we have the skull hammer that's required to progress in there.